This episode is brought to you by San Pellegrino. A meal isn't just about what's on your plate. It's about what you bring to the table. San Pellegrino believes the table is where the best of life happens. That's what makes gathering around it so rich and rewarding. And with their unique sparkling natural mineral water, San Pellegrino brings its best so you can bring yours.
Now, Positively Ernie with Ernie Anastas, a New York TV legend and radio host with great positive stories and interviews.
Thanks, Ernie. You're the best.
And now, here's Ernie.
Hey, everybody. Welcome. I'm happy to be here. I'm following stories in the news and what people are talking about with a positive viewpoint. I have something and somebody that you're really going to get very excited about, because I am. Tony Danza is here, my man.
Andy,
how are you? Good to see you. My goodness, you know what? You are so full of energy. Every time I talk to you, you're like on fire. I love that about you.
Yeah, I'm getting a little late. I mean, what is it? You know what I'm saying.
No.
But I try to keep,
There's a great line.
You got to keep being a student. You got to keep trying to learn something every day, and
Yes.
and you got to try to. I don't know. It's hard because sometimes you read the paper, it's depressing.
Yeah. Well, listen, you can get really down.
Yeah.
But it's all about attitude. And you and I both know that. You've got a very positive.
I'll tell you what, though,
attitude.
I have going for me, though, right now.
Yeah, go ahead.
So there's a line I use in my play. It's a very famous line.
Yeah.
You're only as happy as your least happy child.
Oh, yeah.
And it's very true. I mean, I don't care what anybody says. But right now, I have 3 children. I have a boy, a son, and 2 daughters.
And you got a wedding coming
I
up.
have a wedding coming up in December. And that fits with what I'm about to say, is that I'm enjoying the gift of my children's happiness.
Isn't that great?
They're all in a great spot. My son's doing great. His boys are doing great.
Wonderful.
My other daughter just got married last October. They're doing great.
Good for you.
Business.
Yeah.
And now the other one's getting married.
This is the progress. This is the evolution
So that's
of life.
why I think I'm a little bit up.
Tony, you're absolutely right, because if you have, good things happening in your life, but it also depends on how you look at things, right? And you have that spin that says, okay, there are problems in the world, whether it's in the news or in your life, but how do you handle them?
Well, I tell you what I think about that, and I think it's why I'm here to talk to you about it today. Is, we as a society.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that we've sort of abdicated our responsibility for is nurturing our children.
Sure.
When I went on TV, there was a family hour. So only kids could only see certain things, watch what they bought, what they read.
Yeah.
Now they're just customers like everybody else.
Well, it was appointment viewing.
That was the other thing.
They knew that you would sit down and watch the show at the same time.
Well, that's another thing I think that is adding to the fragmentation of our society.
Yeah.
That we don't have the touchstone of TV that we all used to watch the same thing.
I know.
And remember, I had a guy come up to me at a Comic-Con. I was at a Comic-Con in Salt Lake City.
Okay.
Fan X. Good guys. But anyway, guy comes up with his daughter. She's about 29. She's about the age of my youngest daughter. And he says to me, I used to watch Who's the Boss with her when she was a kid. We'd watch it together.
Oh, sure, classic.
I was like so thrilled. I said, oh, it's really great. She says, no, he says to me, because of you. You made me a better father.
Isn't that nice?
Now, wait a minute. First of all, okay, it's an amazing comment. I was like almost in tears. But the point I want to make is that I worried about that message. And we did almost 200 episodes. Every weekend, every week, I was like, what's the message?
Right.
Because I got kids out there, and I don't want to be sitting next to a 7-year-old.
Oh, you had a conscience.
Right.
Absolutely. You cared about what you were doing.
With great influence becomes at least some responsibility.
Without a doubt.
At least that's how I feel. I felt. And so I was very proud of that. We don't have that
should
anymore.
be.
So now what I'm
Role models. You're talking about role models, my friend. That's how important it is to have people that you look up to and you say, I want to emulate that.
That's right. Unfortunately, I do another joke in my act about how the music of yesterday, the American Songbook is so, and how all of us grew up on nothing but love songs.
You bet.
And look how we turned out.
And the lyrics.
And look how we turned out.
Yeah.
So imagine what might happen. I just feel like we got to do something about the kids. That's why I've been at the Police Athletic League for the last 8 years.
I know you have.
Working and doing a teen acting program, which now I've taken out on our own. It's called the Stars of Tomorrow.
I want to talk about that. Because you know what, Tony? You started this, 10 years ago?
10 years ago, I got back to the city, and I wanted to volunteer. I ended up at the All-Stars on 42nd Street.
Right.
Stayed there 2 years. went to PAL.
Right. Police athletic.
I was a PAL kid when I was 12 in Brooklyn. So, so I went to PAL. We were there for 8 years. We engaged over 5,000 kids. We got over 200 in college.
This is incredible.
It's an acting program. Teen acting.
Yeah.
Because when you teach a kid how to act, you teach a kid how to act.
I love that line. and you use that a lot. I love it. Now, wait a minute. You do so much to help out kids. And you've got a big event coming up on October 26th.
It's our first.
Pershing Square, 42nd.
It's our first benefit show.
Yeah, tell me about
this. Because I left PAL and got a 501c3, so we're a legit standalone nonprofit. And it is called the Stars of Tomorrow Project. And our first benefit show, I'm so excited about it, is October 26th at the Pershing Square Signature Theater on 42nd Street. It's going to be in a style.
Tell me about it, because
it's an old style variety show.
That's what I heard. It's like an Ed Sullivan show.
So we have a host. Myself, I'm going to co-host with one of the kids. His name is Cam. He's a wonderful kid. Yeah. And we're going to do a show. We got a bunch of different acts, a bunch of different things that the kids do. I also have some celebrity guys who are going to show up and maybe do something. I got But
you take great, pride in helping others. And that's what you're all about, because I know that. I hear you talking all the time.
But I want you to know, there's a certain self thing about it.
Go ahead.
Number one, people say, "Oh, it's so great you do this." It's great for me. It's good. I feel good about it.
It helps your soul.
Makes sure it's good for me.
Of course.
The other thing is, Ernie, we're New York guys, right?
Right.
I'm a kid from East New York and Brooklyn. Mm-hmm. I'm born on Picking Avenue on Bobby's.
Oh, yeah.
My father's a garbage man for the city.
I know that.
And when we moved to Euclid Avenue, I lived on the block. He used to work. I used to do a joke that I was so proud of him because he used to drop me off at school with the truck.
And the name was Danza.
Danza.
That's it.
And when I was fighting, I had a manager said to me, "You know what would sound good? Tough Tony Danza." I said,
he came up with the name.
Of course. So I said, I got to talk to my father about it. I talked to my father. I said to my father, "Dad, Joe Scorsia wants me to."
What did he say?
Tough Tony Danza. He goes to me, "You don't like the Aya?"
I can hear that. I can understand
so
it.
My point is, I'm a Brooklyn kid.
Yeah.
Garbage man, son from Brooklyn. Mm-hmm. And somehow I ended up on TV.
Well, you know what?
Somehow I ended up being...
Wait a
minute. Whatever.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Somehow, somebody went, you, come on.
Yeah. It was in the gym, wasn't it?
Yes,
at a boxing gym.
Yes, it was in a boxing gym.
Yeah.
But my point is, there must be a reason I got to do. There's got to be something I got to do with it.
Right.
I can't just go and enjoy this thing.
No.
I got to do something with it because the other shoe may drop too, by the way.
Tony, you know this. One of the most important things in life, and I've learned this through all the interviews I've done, people can have all kinds of things in their mind, right? More, better, different. Okay? But there's one thing that changes everything. Purpose. Yeah. You got to have a sense of purpose in your life. And you have that. It makes you feel who you are. You're a gift. You have a gift, and you're using it.
I really believe that we're kidding ourselves if we think that these kids... See, first of all, compare your childhood to the childhoods these
night and day.
Okay. So now I really believe that we are fooling ourselves if we think that they're going to experience everything they're experiencing, watch everything they've watched, listen to everything they've watched, all of that, and then one day just go, it's time to be well-adjusted. That's not going to happen. And we have to. I'll be honest with you, Ernie. I'm so proud of the program.
Yeah.
Because the program changes kids. The most defensive, angry kid comes because it's free, it's acting. Let me go see, Yeah. Then he gets there and he sees there's a kid from another borough. That's enough to turn him off.
Right.
But then, after a couple of times, you talk to him, say, hey, what do you think? He goes, I have to support my ensemble.
Oh, that's great.
They make a snap change.
Of course they do.
And one of the things you learn when you work with kids is that they don't know what they don't know. Exactly. In other words, we could know it, he could know, everybody knows it, but they don't know it.
Right.
Like
but they want to learn.
One of the things we're doing in the show in the program is we're doing a wellness component.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
I want to teach kids how to shop and how to cook.
Good.
They
Why not
do that?
More independent.
So I took a bunch of kids to a supermarket. We shopped. We got some chicken cutlets, some breadcrumbs, some broccoli, some salad stuff. Then we went on a Zoom and we made chicken, breaded chicken cutlets, and I showed them how to do it. And now they're clamoring for a meatloaf.
Of course. Well, you introduce it. You know, one time when I was in junior high, we had a career day. You know, everybody comes out there and talks about different careers. And I went to my homeroom teacher, Miss Evelyn Ryan, and I said, Miss Ryan, how do you know what to do with your life? She looked at me. She used to call me Ernest, right? She said, Ernest, whatever you enjoy doing will be the avenue to your success. What do you like to do in your spare time? I said, I built a little radio studio in my basement. She said, that's it. So if you go out to young kids, right, and that's what you're doing, you ask them, what do you want to do? What do you love?
Well, you see,
they light up.
You see, and here's the other thing. Here's the secret, though.
Yeah.
The secret is that they come for the acting, but we teach them about life.
Exactly.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
See, I mean...
Well, you're like a good parent.
Well,
I'm like a good father.
I'm at least trying to be an adjunct or a part of it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm trying to... Listen, I just think, you know, our kids deserve this. We should be doing this.
Tony, I mentioned earlier the word heroes and role models. And I know how important that is. No. If you look at surveys, you ask kids, who's your hero? Who's your hero? You know what they say? My parents.
Of course.
They don't talk about, you know, personalities and celebrities that much. They talk about their parents. We need that, man. We need you. The country needs you. The city needs you. No, I'm serious.
Take it easy, Aaron.
No, but
I'm telling you, we're going to have a show. The show's going to be so terrific. You know, over the summer, we were at Governor's Island. We had a little bit of they let us have a house out there for a headquarters.
Nice.
So we were out there, and we were doing shows. Shakespeare with a 90s twist. Let me tell you, first of all, I can't believe how these kids gravitate to Shakespeare. It's unbelievable. Of course, they find all the sexy parts, but they just love it. And then they add this, you know, this 90s twist, not 2000. 90s.
How do they do it? What do they do?
There's a little rapping. There's all sorts of dancing. It's unbelievable. It's really
great.
Cool. And you know, one of the other things. So one of our guiding lights has been Rudyard Kipling's poem "If." If I particularly love it, and in a way, you know, Rudyard Kipling was actually a rapper. I don't know if you know that.
Interesting.
Yes. So
interesting.
Let me give you a little example of it. Let me lay down one of Rudyard's rhymes.
Okay, let me hear it.
If you could keep your head while all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you. If you could trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too. If you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or being lied about, don't deal in lies, or being hated, don't give way to hate, and yet don't look too good, nor talk too wise. If you can dream and not make dreams your master. If you can think and not make thoughts your aim. If you can meet with triumph and disaster, and treat them two impostors just the same. If you can bear to hear the truths you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap a fool, or watch the things you gave your life to broken, and stoop and build them up with worn out tools. And it goes on. It's a great, but it turns into a rap. So on the kids,
I think fabulous.
Kids are going to start the show.
No, that's such a nice take on that.
Oh yeah, it's like a little
as a rapper. But yes,
Rudyard Kipling was a rapper.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you know, I'm a little bit of a rapper.
Oh, you're a great singer.
Well, no, but I'm also a rapper. You know, because you heard of Vanilla Ice?
Yes.
I'm Italian Ice.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Cherry flavor.
This episode is brought to you by Tic Tac. Summer tastes like Tic Tac. Tantalize your taste buds this sunny season with citrus adventure and orange. 2 everyday flavors that bring summer in every. Tic Tac Citrus Adventure is a yummy, vibrant medley of lemon, lime, and mandarin. And Tic Tac Orange is the perfect mix of tangy and sweet. Visit us at Tic Tac USA on social to refresh your summer with Tic Tac.
Learning through play starts with Lego Duplo. With Lego Duplo, toddlers can develop real-life skills while having fun with colorful bricks made just for them. Large, easy to grip, and safe to explore. When children express themselves with Lego Duplo, they build patience, problem-solving, and empathy. See your child learn perseverance and self-expression with everything they imagine and create. Visit lego.com/preschool to learn more.
How does PwC take your company to the leading edge? They bring the sharpest minds in tech to your team, so you can bring the ideas that will transform your business. They're passionate about your industry, so you can walk into any room with every advantage. And they're with you every step of the way, so you can know you're headed in the right direction. PwC builds for what's next, so you can get there now. Get started at pwc.com/us/leading edge.
This episode is brought to you by Chevrolet. Chevy certified service technicians are factory trained to fit your vehicle with the tires specifically developed for it. And with our tire price match guarantee, you get the best fit for the best deal. Let us do the work. Available on select eligible tire brands at participating dealers only. Offer ends 12/31/2025. Terms apply. See dealer for complete details. Visit Chevrolet.com/service to learn more.
I've seen you perform at the Carlisle.
Yeah.
I mean, you knock the audience out. You get up there, you sing. I mean, that's a great outlet for you, isn't it, to sing?
It is the most incredible gift.
Yeah.
The fact that I can get up there. First of all, it's every Italian's fantasy. But the fact that I can get up there in a tuxedo with an audience, and a microphone, and a band. Let me tell you something. Anybody else got a band here? No.
Bring on the band.
I'm the only guy with a band.
Oh.
Having a band is one of the greatest things you could imagine. I mean, it's,
hey,
let's try this. Hey, what do you think about? Hey,
I'm going to ask you a question. On one of the late shows, it might have been Stephen Colbert. Springsteen was on. Okay, the boss is on, and they said to him, "If you had to listen to one song for the rest of your life, one song, what would it be?" You know what he asked? What do you think he said?
Probably one of his.
No, he said, "Summer Wind, Sinatra."
Summer Wind. That's pretty good.
How do you like that?
That's a pretty good one. I was thinking,
I'm going to ask you the same question. What would you say?
I was thinking of a Sinatra song too, but I was thinking Angel Eyes.
Angel Eyes.
And nobody knows the verse to that, because Sinatra starts with, "Hey, drink up all you people.
Right.
Order anything you see." That's his verse. The verse is, "Have you ever had the feeling that the world's gone and left you behind?
Oh.
Have you ever had the feeling that you're that close to losing your mind?
Oh, wow.
You look around each corner, hoping that she's there. You try to play it cool, perhaps, pretend that you don't care. But it doesn't do a bit of good. You've got to seek till you find, or you'll never unwind."
Oh, Mama Zita. Good stuff, man. You're entertaining all of us here today.
Oh, well, listen.
No, I'm serious. I think people watching us are saying, you know what? I always loved Tony Danza. I mean, you got a Taxi, Who's the Boss, and Broadway, and everything else. You have a walk of fame, Hollywood star.
I do. Yeah,
no, you have it all. I mean, it's
yeah.
great. But you know what's great about you? And I'm sure people are getting it. You're a human being, man.
Thank you.
You're the real McCoy. They say that there are two kinds of people in this world.
Italians and those who want to be? No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry.
Greeks and those who want to be. My big fat Greek wedding. No, there are two kinds of people. Someone who walks into a room and says, "Here I am." And someone who walks into a room and says, "There you are."
Yeah.
And that's who you are. You're looking to help these kids. Stars of Tomorrow, October 26th.
Yeah, go online. It's starsoftomorrowproject.com.
We can get tickets.
You can get tickets. Please come to the show. Sponsorships. And it is a worthy cause.
Okay.
You know, I hate to do this because it's a little on the nose, but if you come to the show, you see what the kids are doing, and then compare that to what you've seen on the local news, you might think this might be something we should support.
You know I'm going to be there.
Yeah. Oh, no,
I'm thrilled to be there. And there's a silent auction as well, right?
It's going to be a silent auction, and I think there might even be a real auction now. There's people who are coming up with stuff, and so who knows, there might actually be something. It's going to be quite a night.
We are so pumped. We are so excited. October 26th. And we're going to be there. We're going to have a great time. And I applaud you for what you're doing.
Thank you.
Helping
Thanks
other
for having me
people
today.
and being a genuine guy. Tony Danza doesn't get any better than this, folks. The best in the business.
Thank you.
I love you. You know that.
I know you
Thank
do.
you so
Thanks
much.
so much. Positively Ernie.
You got it. See you next time. Thanks for watching.